An inspection carried out by the National Assembly's Health Committee today put the agency on the spot once more. Kemsa is now facing a possible 2.3 billion loss if the products are sold at the current market price. ATN Health and Science reporter Saada Hassan has more details for us.
COVID-19 came with opportunities for manufacturers and suppliers. The National Drug Supply Agency, Kemsa, desired to make profit just like any other business, but the mathematics did not add up. A reverse kind of procurement was applied, where suppliers were allowed to bring in their products without any negotiations of the price, with only a commitment letter at hand showing that the agency will pay up at a later date.
There are goods that Kemsa itself procured from their own resources, and they are in three categories. One, the items that they procured, they were brought to these warehouses, they were paid, they were actually negotiated and paid. We are going through a difficult moment to understand the reverse procurement that was done by Kemsa. And so the second category of items that were procured here, they were brought to the warehouses, they were negotiated, and they are not yet paid.
7.1 billion shillings was used from Kemsa's coffers to purchase the products, which was in contravention to the existing laws binding the agency. 1.1 billion worth of stock has so far been sold, and a dead stock worth about 6 billion shillings lies at the warehouse.
So there's one issue of, yes, Kemsa might have good quality, but these items are readily available out there, cheaper. So their target market, and they said it was a projection by the numbers that were projected by October that we are going to be at the peak. So they over-procured.
Donations to the country from Qatar and China have not been distributed, with stock belonging to Kemsa intended for COVID-19 remains unsold. Initially, the agency intended to sell a single N95 mask for 735 shillings, but currently the markets are flooded, with different brands and counties have opted to purchase from cheaper supplies. This as the country continues to record new COVID-19 infections. In the last 24 hours, 139 people have tested positive for the virus, while 198 have recovered and 9 succumbed to the disease. The Ministry of Health has also revised burial protocols in the country.
It will be no longer necessary for Ministry of Health teams to be dressed in full personal protective equipment to take over the burial ceremony, while the relatives, friends and families watch from a distance with limited participation. Number 2, the families will from now henceforth take center stage in burial ceremonies, with the Ministry of Health officials only present to guide the process to ensure continued safety.
Saada Hassan, KTN News, Nairobi.
You're watching KTN Prime. Thank you for staying with us. Time for another quick commercial break. When we come back, we have the very latest in business, including Kenya's fishery subsector set to receive a major shot in the arm from the national government. We have details.